Hi, welcome to Bite of Mystery, where we talk about conspiracies and trends in social media. Today, I'm your host, Kisha, and of course, I'm joined by my two great show hosts, Abby and Lily. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
And, the usual, Andre, our
Hey.
editor.
The usual.
What do you mean by
The
that?
usual.
Could you elaborate maybe a little bit?
Can you ask the question?
Ask the question, man.
I'm getting it up, buddy.
Question, Fettler.
All right, so today is going to be a very interesting episode. If you ask anyone, I'm very excited for this episode. You may get it, you may not.
She's
We'll
been
find out.
talking about it all week.
It's only Tuesday.
Tuesday.
All week.
So I talked about it the day that we were planning for it.
Yeah. A culture may have many things in common with others, but one thing that usually differs between cultures is the rumors of local mythical creatures. Why do you believe that this is?
Probably a language barrier, And then
Yeah.
also I think they're like circumstantial to your like surroundings. Your
Mhm.
habitat? Environment.
Your habitat.
Yeah,
Your
sure.
environment.
I agree.
Yeah.
This
Nice.
mic sucks.
You know, just how like everything differs in
You can tighten the
cultures. Like food, clothes,
Mm-hmm.
language.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I guess
yeah.
that answers my question.
So, since on the topic of rumors and myths, today we are talking about kind of the darker side of myths and stuff like that. We're going to be talking about childhood like horror stories that we grew up with, rumors. We're going to be talking also about one of my favorite subjects, the uncanny valley. I love the uncanny the uncanny valley. If you don't know what the uncanny valley is, it's essentially
Sorry, he just pushed his
it's
microphone.
essentially something that looks just like a human, acts like a human, can check all the boxes, but in your soul, in the back of your head, you have this fear because that is not a human.
Yeah.
So if you look up Uncanny Valley in like TikTok or something like that, you will see so many good examples. I absolutely love the idea of it.
I know. I wish we could do pictures because
Yeah.
it's hard to describe, but when you see it, you'd know what we're talking about. It's like something is off.
We're giving the
Like
listeners
a
homework.
little something. Yeah.
So if you can, I suggest you guys to go see what Uncanny Valley things are
Mm-hmm.
because they are genuinely interesting. So like one thing, this isn't necessarily like directly Uncanny Valley, but reminds me of it. Have you guys seen the Siberian dancing lady trend lately?
You showed me it.
I showed Lily because yesterday I wanted her to know what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a dance in which like you put your arms up like this and then you'll alternate on the heels of your
Okay.
feet. And it's supposed to make people uncomfortable
What?
and make them go like run away, like a fear
Weird.
response.
Can we get a demonstration of this?
No. Actually, Lily, you know what it is. You can do it. No. Oh. You alternate on you're on the tiptoes and you alternate on your heels. No, you're
Close enough.
I think I want to start running.
We all run away. Wait, why does it scare people?
it's like
Like a
when you see
balloon
the
man.
videos, it's very unnatural.
Weird.
It's also most of the time when you do it, people can't see your face.
Mm.
So it's just this thing moving and
Do
it
they
makes
turn
you
around?
uncomfortable. Well, you don't turn around. It's just you're a distance away.
Oh.
But yeah, it's one of the things that people like to talk about it.
I mean, yeah, if I went outside and I saw something doing that in the distance, I would be scared.
Yeah. But you know what the next thing is that I love talking about?
Skinwalker.
Cryptids.
Oh.
You wanna
Yes.
I mean a skinwalker is You wanna go on with your cryptids? Or was that Abby who did that?
I did not do it.
Wait,
but I can talk.
what did I do?
The cryptids?
I did Skinwalker.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Oh.
That falls under the category of
But
cryptids.
you should have just said that. Anyways,
This episode is very interesting for you guys.
a Skinwalker. A Skinwalker.
Please describe.
It's god. Okay.
Animals with human eyes.
How do I make
Yes.
cricket noise?
Animals with human eyes. You guys remember the thing on you guys remember the thing on TikTok when people would post videos of them hiding in like the closet and be like,
Yeah.
the skinwalker's coming, and then they would take their phone out and it'd be a video of like a dog with human eyes coming at them. So supernatural beings, or I guess cryptids, if that's what you want to call it.
That's their name.
It was a tribe that believed that they were shapeshifters who could form into any animal, which allowed them to travel quickly and gave them the ability to hide in plain sight. So just
Camouflage.
animals that look
So when people would use this
real.
on-
Wait.
Our break really took a toll on all of us. We could not do this series.
well, like when people use it on TikTok, they just use it as like a term, though, right? Like they're
Yeah.
not actually.
Like, yeah, I don't know.
It was like I remember growing up, I was afraid of skinwalkers. Like
I didn't know about them until recently.
I was
So-
told.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're fine.
Is it like an actual thing that people believe?
That's what I'm
Yeah.
confused.
Because
No.
reading
Ow!
from that, growing up, I was told to stand up. Oh, okay, never mind. I was told to never whistle at night because it would like. And I know for some
Oh
cultures
yeah,
this will be a
that's
different thing. Do not like. My dad even told me this. Do not whistle at night because the skinwalkers will come. I think
What?
my dad's a very big skeptic though, so I think he was just messing with me. But I genuinely
Whistle.
Oh. Guys, for those who don't know, Lily cannot whistle.
Ooh. Poor.
I can't whistle
listener.
well, but I can make the noise.
Well, at least the skinwalkers won't come to get you.
I know. They might though. Oscar's looking awfully suspicious with his waddle.
Although, there's another one that I grew up with, and I think the rest of you have as well from when we were planning it. Abby, didn't you write something about Crybaby Bridge?
I sure did. Okay, so this is a little myth slash legend in our. It's like a local. It's in our town. I'm not gonna say where because that's weird, but
Yeah.
it's called
Be safe.
the Crybaby Bridge. Did you just say that? You probably just did. Anyway, it is a myth. Okay, so there's different stories. I think the most common one that we've heard is a mother and her baby are like suffering, and to end their suffering, the mother throws the baby off of this certain bridge and eventually jumps in herself.
Mm-hmm.
That's like kind of it's really dark, but it's kind of the most wholesome out of the stories that I've heard.
It's the best one that we got.
Yeah. The other ones are of this one that started in the 1930s. It's describing a couple who were going on like a family picnic near that bridge, and they got into an argument that was so heated that they didn't notice that their toddler was walking toward the bridge, and were screaming at each other that they didn't hear the screams of the child. So
Oh.
yes, and then another one is a mother who had a child out of wedlock and got disowned by her family, so then ended the child's life. But anyway, the myth, or like the town fear, is that when you go past this bridge, people have claimed to hear screams of a baby in this bridge.
And this bridge is actually pretty close to where we are.
Yes.
Without saying anything, but it's pretty close, and at least some of us have gone. I know I've gone to the bridge.
Mm.
I didn't
have-
even step on it. I chickened out because I was like, I hear a baby, and I ran
Yeah.
away.
I mean, it's kind of a town fear. Like, I grew up with it.
Everyone, like all my friends, like I actually went with a friend. We
Mm.
went, we chickened out. The rest of my friends went. They actually did it. Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of interesting. Lily, did you ever know about Cryberry Bridge, or did you ever like do it?
I mean, I knew about it, but I was like, I thought it,
Meh.
I thought it was dumb because
Yeah.
I don't see why. Like, if you hear a baby crying,
Mm.
ah. Sorry, but like, I don't know. I just didn't understand.
By do it, we mean literally just walk on the bridge. Like,
Yeah.
That's it.
Don't
Jump
throw
off.
anyone over the bridge,
Someone along the lines,
including yourself.
found this bridge and claimed to hear cries, and then it
Yes.
just became like a whole thing that people started.
And
Interesting.
it's kind of interesting though,
Mhm.
how we all grew up with like this thing, but you know, in another state or something, they wouldn't have heard about it,
That's-
or they might have.
Really interesting how things like that happen. Like, why did people just come up with that? Because they went on the
Mhm.
bridge and heard a baby crying.
Another
so
good one?
now-
Bloody Mary. That's another one that kind of
Mhm.
just spread.
What's that again? Isn't it where you go into something and scream
Okay.
Bloody Mary,
Ooh.
Bloody Mary,
I always-
Bloody
Ooh,
Mary?
Can I always
tell
knew
you?
it as your bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you go in the bathroom, you turn off your lights, and you turn on the hot water,
Oh yeah.
so it steams up your window, your mirror.
There's so many things.
And
like
you write
this.
Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. You don't
Ooh.
say it, but you write it 3 times. And then at least I did it this way. You write it 3 times, and you stay in the room for like, I don't know how long. You can wait as long as you want for a response. If she does come in, it's supposed to be like, blood runs down your mirror. Yada, yada, yada. I chickened up.
Weird. See, I always was told if you like say it, so then I would go in the bathroom and I'd be scared to close the door and think, because I would think it in my mind, like say the Bloody Mary in my mind, and I'd be like, no,
Me
no.
too.
I would leave the bathroom.
I know 2 more things like that. One is where people would go into the bathroom and then say something, and then it would feel like there's a baby in their arms or something
What?
like that.
I do remember
Yeah,
that.
but I forget like the things. And then there's also another one where you put pencils on a paper. And what was
Charlie, are you there?
that? Yeah,
I used to play that.
I used to play that. I think we played it with a mutual friend, I think. And we would scream and stuff. Like
Really?
you would write, so it would be a crosshair and then you'd have it on a paper. So yes, yes, no, no. So it'd be like a cross. Say, Charlie, are you there? It'll like flip around and then you'll ask him questions. We were like,
Maybe that's what the thing in the bathroom was as well. It was like mother, something.
That sounds familiar.
I do know what you're talking about. Like the.
But then that also reminds me of the Ouija board or the Ouija board. However
Yeah,
you
I
know.
think Charlie is like a DIY.
Yeah, I used to have one of those. I think I still have it, and I put it in my parents' room because I'm scared of it. in my room.
Yeah.
Fair.
But I remember going down to. I have this church on my street, and me and my neighbors would go down there
Oh
and
yeah.
play it. But, like obviously, someone was moving the thing.
You are
Mm.
brave.
And then I remember I left it outside in my yard in the rain, and I went outside the next day, and it was on my porch. And I was like freaking out, but it was probably just my parents who like.
That's
moved
funny
it.
though.
But I like put it under a bush or something, so I don't know how I saw it.
Oh,
Um,
interesting.
Back to Crybaby Bridge and something it reminds me of. There's a bridge. I believe it's somewhere, not America, but if like animals go near it, they jump off.
Oh,
You
Like
know,
a dog. Like you have to prevent. Like you have to have them on a leash, or else
Oh
they're
my
jumping
gosh.
off.
Weird.
this
Like I don't know what it was. It was like I
Ugh.
think there's some scientific explanation behind it, like animals or something. But like
that reminds me. There's a condition where deers will like go insane and stuff like that, and you know like hit their heads into things until they die, or like spin until they die.
yeah.
But another thing with skinwalkers that I grew up with was if you ever see a deer stand up on its hind legs and like stand like a human, run for your life.
What?
Like get to safety. I remember like I could not look at deer for years. I was so scared.
Stop! I don't want to see deers anymore. Wait, it's deer. The plural
Yes.
of deer. Anyways,
It's crazy.
if we can go into like real life examples, you guys know like the suicide forest. I don't know, something just reminded me
Oh,
of that.
I know
Like,
I know a few things
I knew-
about it.
I
My
know
mom,
of it.
my mom was saying that she wants to go there, but like, I feel like if you want to go there, you have to be like not
Ready for it.
you have to be mentally okay to go there
Mhm.
because we all know that incident that happened
Yeah.
with
Um,
Logan
Yeah,
Paul.
I was gonna start talking about that because of Kish's
What?
reaction. It
Wait.
reminded me of what I was like. Does she not know what happened with Logan Paul?
Do you know
and
that?
That's
Oh,
that's
he
where
went-
I heard of it.
Oh my gosh, can I say
You go on.
Logan Paul made a video going into the suicide forest
Mhm.
and then saw a body hanging and then still kept it in the video and uploaded it. That was like a whole thing.
Boo.
You didn't know
real?
about that?
It's not fake.
No.
Yeah, it was real.
real.
He posted a dead body.
You've got
And
Like,
his
you can find
reaction
it
to
online.
his reaction was like, "Oh my god, we just found a
Yeah.
dead body." Like
the
so.
clout is gonna be so
YouTuber.
good.
Have you guys heard all the controversy about Logan Paul and Jake Paul?
Yeah.
That
I mean,
that
There's
could be
something.
like a whole new episode going into that. But
He tasered a dead rat or
didn't,
something.
didn't he like kill his bird or something?
I know one of them tasered a dead
Jake
rat.
Jake Paul actively
like,
like
he-
cat calls women.
He tased a dead rat and recorded it, put it on YouTube.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that's like something serial killers do.
Yeah.
Like,
But yeah, there's like, I think there's plenty of examples of like cryptids or myths, like the Mothman, the Wendigo, stuff like that. I remember hospitals. There was a thing about like people get uncomfortable in hospitals because the chills down your spine sometimes
I
because
hate
it's so
hospitals.
cold. Hospitals are cold because it's easier to warm you up than cool you down. So that's why they're naturally cold. But people, at least I had this rumor when I was in my family with my cousins and I when we grew up. Like if you're in the hospital and you get a chill, that's like a ghost or a dead person like touching you and like grabbing you.
That one, I feel like hospital makes more sense to me though than like other things in Uncanny Valley. Like, because you go to the hospital for not good things, so like you're obviously not gonna feel comfortable.
Yeah.
But like certain like that dance thing that you're showing me,
The
why does that make
Siberian-
people uncomfortable?
I
That's
don't
so
know.
weird.
It's
It's so random.
kind of funny though.
Mhm.
It's kind of fun to do.
Yeah, it's no, I like learning about this kind of stuff because it's like, what in our brain makes us?
That makes me question. This one's definitely not real, but Abby, do you know about the back rooms?
What do you mean? Like,
Like the back rooms.
no. What does that
Okay.
mean?
The back rooms are basically like. Actually, you know what, Andre? You described this better than I did yesterday. Andre?
Lovely. So basically, Backrooms is like, it's a fake infinite, let me say, dimension, in which you just kind of like somehow end up there. And a lot of the depiction in media, they no clip, quote unquote, which is just like putting your hand through stuff or like just being able to go through things.
Mhm.
And they quote unquote no clip into it and just end up there. And they'll wake up there and it's like levels in a video game where you escape and then you are in another level and blah blah blah. And there's YouTube channels like describing
The,
1,000 levels. And
Isn't the most popular one like an
it's just
empty
an,
office?
It's an office. It's an
Wait,
office.
Are we talking like hypnotic state, like a
No,
mental,
it's like
or
they're
like an
in
actual
there.
place?
It's
You have
it's
to
real.
like you have to see it.
Hey Andre,
to,
have you ever
like-
played Roblox Backrooms?
Yes, I actually have. I have, and it was so stupid. My friend couldn't.
I had hours
Okay.
on that game.
Okay.
My friend couldn't jump because of his like his
Abby.
model.
Yes.
It's like a genuine like play quote unquote place you
Gotcha.
go to.
So like you're actually walking
So-
into.
The typical office carpet, the wallpaper, stuff like that, and the ceilings where you can like push them up, like the ones we
Yeah.
have in here. It's like that. No chairs, no desks, no tables. That's like the feeling of the uncomfortable. Like you aren't
Yeah.
supposed to be there.
Mm.
That's another thing. Like that's whatever. But that's another uncanny valley thing. Sorry, but
Offices.
Have you guys
so
ever?
you're traveling through this trying to get away from this monster.
Have you guys ever went on like ghost tours?
Yes.
Or like a cemetery tour? I
Mhm.
remember I went to Georgia once and I went on one with my parents.
Mm.
And like the feeling after going into a cemetery and like hearing all these stories or like just around Georgia where it was like a haunted place, it's like then having to walk around Georgia after hearing all of that stuff, it was like wild.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I carry pennies on me. Fun fact. I actually have a bunch of pennies in my backpack because sometimes I have to walk home and I go through this graveyard, and I always drop pennies. You always drop 2 at the entrance and then 2 whenever you leave. However,
Oh.
and that was like a thing I grew up with because you're paying your respects and you're just like I don't want any trouble, so you drop your pennies.
Some people are so insane at graveyard, like cemeteries. Like I remember seeing people like post them doing TikTok dances in the cemetery.
I think it's weird.
That's
Like-
just disrespectful. Like
Yeah, it was.
people died. This isn't your clout.
Have you also heard the thing where if you pass a cemetery, you like hold your breath and put your finger in your belly
I
button.
have, I've heard of that. But it's
Yeah.
like, I've never seen anyone actually do
Do
that.
not let the ghost.
I hold my breath, but I don't put my finger in my belly button.
Imagine walking down the street and seeing that.
Well, like you're in your car with your finger in your belly button.
I
All
went.
right.
I went on a graveyard tour in like 5th grade. They
Fun.
they took us there.
Yeah,
we
they
walked
took
there.
all of us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was kind of cool, though. All right. I think that's a good place to leave off. Andre.
He was trying.
He was. All right. Are we ready to say goodbye, guys?
Yes.
I'm ready.
We've had our
All right.
share of
Well,
time.
This was a bite of mystery, and we'd like to thank you all for listening. As usual, we're sorry that last week we didn't have an episode. We were on a break.
Yes.
But
Yeah, they were lazy. They
and
were-
sorry for this episode.
until the next rabbit hole, we'll see you guys later. Bye.